What is going on, Creative Beast enthusiasts? We have the latest news on all things Cyberzoic, straight from David Silva. The Cyberzoic machine is in full motion, and we have plenty to cover. This is going to be a huge update. We have so much to go through, a lot to show off, as well as photos, and to show off our huge display that we had at Toylanta. Before we dive into all that, we have updated shipping schedules. Wave A2 armors, riders, and the Kickstarter exclusive set. Progress has continued on our first batch of riders and armors, but due to more time being needed to refine these figures, we will need to ship a bit later than expected. We now expect to ship from the factory around the end of this month, May. Reward fulfillments for the US and UK are now estimated for the first half of July. Developing the human figures, and especially the beast armors, has presented new challenges. As we go through and troubleshoot how these armors will fit the animal figures, testing for joint tightness, range of motion, and overall functionality. But we do have some amazing looking paint samples of the armors, which we're gonna get to soon. David Silva is adamant that we get the functionality of these armors to the best standards possible. But as all y'all can expect, transforming dinosaur armors is no joke. But we're so excited for the opportunity to figure all this out. We're so close now. The human figures are pretty much done now, with paint samples on their way to us right now. David wanted all y'all to know how much he appreciates your patience as we develop new techniques and processes to create these armors. Will no doubtly allow us to move more quickly as we gain experience through this process. Wave B components are also well underway. We are working with a new factor for the human figures and armors on this wave, with the intention of splitting all upcoming Cyberzoic waves between two factories for a more efficient workflow. Similar to the armor development that we've been doing with our regular factory on Wave A, we're also starting from square one with this new factory as well. So there is going to be a lot of troubleshooting and back and forth as we figure out the best way to work together. And they're also in the process of moving to an upgraded facility later this month. So that's going to factor into our production schedule as well. With all that being said, Wave B is expected to ship from the factory in July and is estimated for late August, early September fulfillment from the US and UK. While it's possible for Wave B Beast to ship before the armors and riders, it currently looks like all the components can ship together. If this changes, David will be sure to let everyone know. Delivery estimates for both waves will be updated on all pre-order items the same time that we release this update. As a reference, you can always find assortment information and the latest estimated shipping dates on the BackerKit pre-order store. And of course, Tariff talks. This has been on everybody's mind, so let's go ahead and get this over with before we move on to the really cool stuff. The new tariffs have created huge challenges for toy makers all over the world virtually overnight. And while we all hope and to some degree expect that the 145% tariff will be reduced soon, moving forward, we're gonna have to proceed with a plan as if it's gonna stay this way. David has recently addressed this issue on his social media platforms and on the recent Mammoth BackerKit update. He also talked about it on our Creative Beast live stream. We do that the last Thursday of every month. And with his stance remaining the same from then to now, he wanted to reiterate his stance. Since this is still a developing situation, there is no definitive expectation on how this will affect us. But I can confirm this, there are no changes to our releases. We're fully committed to moving forward with everything that is currently up for pre-order and beyond, and we still intend to release our items as soon as we can. If the tariffs hold, there will likely need to be an increase in the regular MSRP pricing for new items. But if you have any type of pre-order, you are locked in at that price, period. We intend to keep things as close to the same as we possibly can as we absorb the brunt of the additional cost. My goal, no matter how this goes, is to continue to make high quality collectible figures at affordable prices. We're crossing our fingers and hoping for reasonable solutions for everyone involved. But we're not slowing down. As long as our fans continue to support us, the sky is still the limit. I'll add to that I have run calculations, and if this tariff percentage holds at this level or something similar, the MSRP pricing will need to increase by about 10% for most items, which is as low as I can go and still maintain profitability. The pre-order prices may increase a bit as well, but as I said, if you have already paid for your pre-order, then you're locked in and this won't affect you. I expect to keep prices the same for at least a few more weeks as I want to avoid being too reactive to this unsettled situation. But with some sort of tariff being a certainty, the price increase may be implemented as soon as the end of this month. And all of us here at Creative Beast stand behind David on this message. We want to produce the coolest and greatest products for all of y'all, and David is adamant about making sure y'all are able to receive these items not only receive them, but enjoy them and have them for affordable prices. With all that business out of the way, let's take a look at what we're actually here to see. The awesome Cyberzoic toy line! We recently had all of our latest products and toy samples on display at Toylanta, including all of our Wave A2 armors and riders, and all they're painted in articulation glory. For more on our Toylanta display, click the link that I'll include at the bottom of this video. You can also watch a video recap with me, Chris Chaotic. I'll include that link as well below. Moving on to some packaging updates, our Wave A armors are well underway with white box blister trays and a look at the newly printed flat box samples, like Wave A1. David, we gotta call these something different in these updates. You gotta be kidding me. Do you know how hard these tongue twisters are for me? People are gonna think I'm not very smart. Like Wave A1, there will be a grid background on the product facing side. In this case, the diorama image will feature the complete package art illustration. The Saber-Tooth Tiger exclusive will have a front flap similar to the old Dino Riders packaging. I gotta sculpt the armor for this, and I'm beyond excited for it. The front will feature the full illustration by Ezra Tucker. Really cool side note about the Saber-Tooth Tiger from the Dino Rider line, Dave got a mint in-package figure while we were in Dallas. I've told this story 20 times. That's how he got this art to look so incredible and referenced it so well to the original Dino Rider Saber-Tooth Tiger. The backdrop insert in this case is a homage to the color used on the original Saber-Tooth Tiger set. The backdrop used for the box is also included. For backers, we still have a few of these exclusive sets left, so please message David Silva if you want to add it to your existing order. We also have the first print samples for Wave A Rider packaging, along with the first look at their Zoic compatible stat cards. Additionally, the plastic blisters are currently in work as well, which will be sandwiched between the folded box halves. We have in-hand photos of most of the Wave B Beast paint samples, and they're looking great. While we were sent a paint sample of the Dryptosaurus, it did not include the newly tooled neck and feet. That final version is on its way to our Hackensack studio to be with David right now. So you can expect the Silva to blast his social media channels very soon with photos of that Dryptosaurus. We've also had a lot of progress on our Wave B armors. All are currently in the test shot stage and being debugged for fits and functionality. And we also have their early blister tray layouts. Pyrodactyl, my favorite. I gotta help design and sculpt this bad boy. David has told us that we will have the final paint samples of these guys at Joe Fest next month, so be ready for that. And last but not least, we have test shots of the new human figures for Wave B. We also tooled new alt mode display clips with the Fire Knight parts, including one new clip for the Pyrodactyl and two new clips for the Jet Raptor. All three clips will be compatible with our large theropod display stand. And just a quick note for Wave C, we have been finalizing the digital models for the armors and we'll be submitting prototype parts later this month to begin the fine cuts for those items. More on that next time. Before this update wraps up, Dave wanted to share two other projects in the works. The comic. Well, it took some time to get this going. We're making progress now on the Cyberzoic comic issue 1. Thanks to the amazing work of artist Ivan, we've recently revealed the finished page 1 on our recent live stream. Ivan is moving along at a great pace, and David hopes to release the first issue of this series later this year. We also announced work on a new immersive Cyberzoic tabletop role-playing game taking place on Gaia 2. We're definitely going to share more announcements on those projects as they become available. And check out the official Cyberzoic fan page, Gaia 2, on Facebook. And finally, all the non-exclusive Cyberzoic pre-orders can be found on the Cyberzoic pre-order store, with all of Wave A being available through our main shop. The Wave A Beast are currently in stock on our website right now. From the prehistoric to the fantastic, Great Beast Studio!